Good evening once again to all you wonderful people on social media. This is your realtor and investor Lester Witherspoon coming to you again this Tuesday evening to just educate you on the real estate market. So that's what we'll do on every Tuesday evening. Try to at least educate our audience with some any question that they may have regarding real estate, how about the home buying process in particular, let you know what the home buying process is, and how best at least you can be able to make an informed decision whenever you make up your mind to move forward with that process. Because home buying is not just something you can just jump up and do. You got something you got to plan for. You got to plan for. And now over the weekend, I met two gentlemen at a gathering. But before I get into that, let me just say welcome to all of you. If you know anyone who interested in buying or selling, you please share this video with them so they can be educated on how how about the home buying process and how to move forward with that. But today, particularly, we'll be focusing on home buyers today. So you know anybody who want to buy, just please invite them or share this video with them. I appreciate it. We're always happy to have you on board. So we thank you for taking time of your busy schedule to come and be with us. We really appreciate it. So feel free when making a comment. Please click the button below, and I will definitely get back to you at my earliest convenience. I will definitely get back to you. Now, over the weekend, I met with two gentlemen at a gathering, and each of them, they wanted to know about the home buying process. I told them, they said that we're not aware about the program. So I encouraged them to join the program. I don't know what it will be on today, but I encouraged them, and I went over the process with them. And after I left the gathering, as I was driving home, it came to me that there are a lot of other people out there who still do not know or what to do or what the whole process is and how to go about buying a home, especially first-time home buyers. So after thinking about it for a while, I said, you know what? It'll be a good thing for me to do another presentation for first-time home buyers, especially. First time, I give some just tips. Today I'm just giving little tips for first-time home buyer who thinking about getting out of the renting zone and jumping into the home buying arena. You know, because some people have been renting for a long time and they want to step up now and get in the home ownership business, and they really don't know what to do and how to go about it. So this program today, this episode today, is specifically for those who want to buy but don't really know how to buy. In the past, I did do a program similar to this regarding what to do when you want to buy. But again, I just started to redo it since I met those two guys on this weekend, and they were asking me a lot of questions. So I decided to do it again just to re-echo and throw more light on what you actually need to do, some tips that you need to be aware of when you are planning or you're making up your mind or deciding to purchase a property, especially first-time home buyer who's new to the market, who want to get into home ownership. Now, so today we'll be giving you a couple of tips, just as a guide to be able to move forward and make up your mind. And one of the tips, the first thing I'd like to just tip I want to give you is that when you're making up your mind to buy a property, you got to first know the location, what area you're thinking about going to buy in. Especially if you have children, you got to make sure, they have those schools that doing excellently well. Because some schools have some very low standards, some schools have very high grades, high standards. So you got to be concerned and know about your children, because normally when you buy a home, you don't buy today and sell tomorrow. You buy normally and stay there for 7 to 10 years. So you want your children to go to good schools. So you want this as a parent, if you have children, to take into consideration. So you're not only thinking about yourself now, you're thinking about your family. Is this a good area for me to buy where we can live, me and my family can live, and my children have a good school to attend? So I think you got to consider before while you're deciding which area you want to purchase that home. And you gotta make up your mind whether you can commit yourself to that loan. Because normally for a loan, when you purchase a home, the home loan is 15 to 30 years. Most time people go 30 years, but some people got money to go 15 years, and so speed it up. But usually it's 30 years. But now the 10 chances also, most people don't stay 30 years. Hardly. But people reach, once they reach by about 7 to 10 years, most of them are ready to move out for several reasons. And one, which is most common, is that they have outgrown that particular home. Because most first-time home buyers start on a small scale by going to a condo or a small townhome, and then as their family grow or when their finances improve, then they try to get a bigger home, townhome, or a bigger family, single family home. You see? So these are things you need to take in consideration when you're thinking about buying. Am I willing to live in this area for the next 7 to 10 years or more? Is this where I want to be? I mean, is this conducive for me and my family? You know? So once you show and make your mind, you're doing your homework and make sure that, look, this is where I want to live for me and my family, this is where I want to be, and then you know you're ready to move forward. Then the next thing to do now that you need to check on is to get with a lender. You need to get with a lender to know where you stand. You don't want to get pre-qualified, you want to get a pre-approval letter. Because pre-qualification will let you know how much you qualify to get a house, but a pre-approval letter would let you know what all you need to do, how much you put down, all that stuff. Give you all the details. You see? So you want to get that pre-approval letter because when you find a property that you want or you like and want to buy, the realtor will need that letter to submit that letter along with your offer to the listing agent. He will need that pre-approval letter. So you need to get with a lender. Let the lender go over the whole details with you. The lender will check your background, check your credit background to see how good is your credit. Now, most lenders, if you want to get a good deal, most lenders will take 680 and above. Some do, especially got FHA loans, some do come down to 620. And in rare cases, few that I know of can go as low as 580. I have seen that before. Go as low as 580. But if you want to be in a good stand, especially you first-time owner, want to be a first-time homeowner and want to get some other benefits, it's good to be at least 680 or above. If you're in the 700s, you stand a very good chance. Of benefiting for all the first-time home, the benefit you get as a first-time homeowner, you get all that. But if you're below 680, most time you will not be able to get the benefit as a first-time homeowner. So it's important to make sure you take care. We come to that too. It's very important to take care of your credit. But you need to check with your lender who will be in the best position to educate you and let you know exactly where you stand and what you need to do if there are any problem with your credit. Because now people want to buy, but they're not qualified to buy. And they don't know because they're not checking their credit. So that the first place you need to go to know whether you qualify or not, and if you are not qualified, what you need to do to get qualified. Because I worked with several persons before who wanted to buy and they're not qualified. We had to work with them to find a lender. We had to go through the whole process. They had to know what all they need to pay off and what they need to do. They had to go through all that. The lender educated them and all that. And they did that before they were ready to move forward. So is that the first thing you need to do. When anybody call me and tell me say they want to buy, I'll ask you the first question I ask you, are you working with a lender? Do you have a pre-approval letter? If you say yes, then you go to start going and start playing the field, looking for a property. But if you say no, I would tell you if you gotta get with a lender first. You have to get with a lender first because the first place you gotta know what you are qualified for. Because the houses in the market are various prices. I mean, various prices go as low as maybe 107,000 all the way up to millions of dollars. You gotta know what category you fit in. So the realtor can look in that category to find what you are qualified for. You see? So knowing what you qualify for is very, very important. That is a key step. You cannot skip that step. You cannot try to bypass that step until you move forward. No knowledgeable and sound realtor will take you on the field or start looking for you when you know that you have not done your homework. That would not happen. So once you know you want to move forward with the home buying process, identify a lender. If you don't have a lender, a good realtor who have been in the field for a while can recommend you between 2 or 3 lenders, and based on that you can make your own decision, because you can call them and talk with them and decide who you want to go with. You can qualify. And again, I said to you right now, if you need a lender and you need somebody to work with, let me know. I'll be glad to work with you. I'll be glad any day, any time. I'll be glad to call you, go over the home buying process with you, what the whole process what the whole process look like, answer all your questions, make sure that you understand what the whole process look like first before we start doing anything else. So if you want to purchase, feel free. You can call me on 302, my cell phone number, 302-310-0621. Again, my cell phone number is 302-310-0621. And I will gladly work with you to make sure we go all the steps, the whole, call the home buying process. Make sure we're on the same page. Make sure you understand what you're getting into. Then before we can start moving forward. So call me anytime, or you know anybody who think about it, feel free to get them my number and let them call me. I'll be glad to work with them also. I'm never too busy to work with you or your referrals. Just let me know. We'll put you on the schedule and see how best we can get the ball rolling with you. So make sure to get pre-approved as soon as you are determined what area you want to live in. Try to get pre-approved so you can know where you stand, what you qualify for, and move forward with the home buying process. Now, when you meet with a lender, the third thing you do with the lender, the meeting you'll be looking at your credit. The meeting you'll be looking at is your credit to see where you stand and what you qualify for. Now, you can't be wanting to buy a house and then you go jump in and buy a car. That would mess you up big time. I'm telling you that right now. So if you're planning to buy a house, don't do no other major purchases. No, don't do that, because that will put a huge dent in your process. You may not be able to get qualified to buy a house. So that's something, if you want to buy a car or anything, you got to hold on. I encourage you to hold on until you buy a house, and then you can go ahead and buy a car. But you making a huge purchase that can cause a serious dent in the process, and will prevent you from getting qualified to move forward. You have to wait for a while to put things in order again before you can talk about moving forward. So you need to be mindful of that. Please don't make any major purchases when you are planning to buy a house. Make sure that you have all your debt down to the minimum. Make sure that you have good credit score. Make sure that you have saved some money for your down payment, because as I said earlier, home buying is a process. It's not just an overnight thing. You jump in today and jump tomorrow. If you know you want to buy a house, you got to start saving towards putting money aside for your down payment and your closing costs. These are payments that you have to make. Of course, it depends on the type of loan you have also. We'll come to that later on. Yeah, we'll come to that. But it's always good, regardless of the loan you have, it's always good to save money if you're planning to buy a property. It's always good to make sure you have something safe. Just in case anything happens, you got something good to save. And normally the ballpark would normally put aside is something like about maybe $15,000, especially based on what you want to get. You know, if like just a general house, maybe $200,000-$300,000, maybe $15,000 will work do the trick for you. We'll be able to cover stuff for you. So, but you got to start saving. Now, some people when they get money in their hand, I know the hand can have glue inside, it can't leave it. So I will encourage you, set up a plan with your job And let them, just how you put direct deposit in your account, they can put direct in your savings account. Well, you don't have to see it, you go straight to your savings account. You saving that money towards the purchasing of your house. That's another way to do it. You don't have to take the money and put it in your savings account. Most people, when they get the money, they got 101 things to do. Now, for those who have a good 401k plan, it is allowed by the system that you can go into your 401k plan to get some of your savings from there that you have there to purchase a property. And you don't have to pay any penalty for that, because you know if you go into a 401k before the time, you have to pay penalty. But if you purchase a property, they allow you to go free. You don't have to pay anything extra for that. So those who got good 401k, that got good savings in it, you can use some of that money. Because it happened several times with several of my clients. They wanted to buy. They went their 401k, did a withdrawal, and we were able to do the down payment, the closing costs. Those who have a lot of money inside. Some people who have a lot of money that is half saving in their account, they don't touch their 401k. They just go in the money that have saved and do the transaction. So it all depends on your own situation. So it depends from one person to the next. It's situational. So it's not blanket something that way say you gotta do this, you gotta know. Based on your own situation. If you solid good financially, enough money in your account, go to your account and get your closing costs and your down payment. But if you don't have it there, you have the option of going to your 401k and getting it from there in order to go and proceed with the process. The government, the system allows that you can go into your 401k to get money from there to do your payment. So you have that option if you have it there. Yes. But the key thing you need to do now when you're meeting with your lender, one key you need to understand the different types of loans, because there are different types of loans. You got to know which one you qualify for. And based on your credit, the amount, where you stand, the lender will let you know exactly what you qualify for. Yes. Because you see, the first and the most common loan that they have out there, the typical one that most people, home sellers jump for first, is conventional loan. Conventional loan, you have a less restrictive loan. You don't have many restrictions, no at all. So it's easier to deal with. So most sellers prefer that. And because you have to put something like $20,000, 20% down payment, or something based on your own standing, or that thing, something you can become a little lower, you know. But it is easier to deal with. Most sellers prefer that. That the first choice you see them taking a conventional loan. That's the first go-to choice. You take a conventional loan. Now the second choice people go to, who not qualify, because you see most people, they want conventional loan, but they don't have that 20% to put down. So they don't have enough money saved, I think there. So they can't go for the conventional loan because they don't have the money saved. So they end up taking the FHA loan, which is a government-assisted loan. Yeah. The government have to finance that loan for you. So you only have to put 3.5% down. 3.5% down, that's it. Of the sales price. That's it. So you see, you don't gotta go high up like the conventional loan. Conventional, you go higher, you have higher sum to pay. FHA, government assists you, you pay 3.5% to move forward. You see? So it's good. But again, it has a lot of restrictions as a government loan. So that most sellers like to deal with it, but there's something that they have to consider because it's part of the loan process. So you see, so that's one of the loans that available that you can go to, you can use to buy a house. So the first is conventional, the second one is FHA, the third is USDA. The USDA loan is mostly if you go in a rural, a suburban area, you find it acceptable in those areas. And sometimes you get it for zero down payment, you know. But it's common in the suburban and rural area, yeah. But again, you got just consult with your lender to find out whether you qualify for that loan or not. Your lender will be the best person to tell you, yes, you are qualified for this loan or not. And the last loan that's common that we go for is the VA loan, and for the VA loan. Is a restrictive loan because it's only for veterans those who are served in the military. If you are serving in the military, you are definitely qualified to get this loan. You can get this loan, and the good thing about it is that it's 0% down. You don't have to put money down. It's 100% covered. VA loan is 100% covered. You don't have to worry. They take good care of you because you have served, you have paid your dues, and so they take good care of you for that. So VA loan, once you are served, go for it. You don't have to worry about that. Just still keep some money for your little safe closing costs and what have you, but at least you got to save a lot compared to others. So if you're a veteran, the VA loan is your go-to, and you make the best use of it because they have a lot of assistance there for veterans. So these are the major loans that people deal in the market. So definitely your lender will look at them, look at your own stuff based on your qualifications, and based on where you stand, will let you know exactly which one of these loans you are qualified for. Yep. So they will let you know, say, no, you can't qualify for VA loan because you're not serving in the military, or you can't qualify for conventional loan because you don't have enough down money to pay. And they will let you know, they explain everything to you. So it's based on your own situation, the lender will let you know what you qualify for. Yeah. So it's situational. Yeah. And again, as I said, make sure you got enough money saved for your closing costs. Because it's not only the down payment. When you want to buy, the first money you got to put up is what you call the EMD, the earnest money deposit. You got to give that earnest money deposit to your realtor to submit with your offer to the client. They will send it to the listing agent, and the listing agent will give it to the client for consideration, to come consider it or not. But normally, that EMD is served as what we call the consideration. That yes, I'm interested in your property, and I'm giving you X number of data to show that I'm interested, and she can hold it to make sure that I'm serious. I want to move forward. I'm serious to buy this property. Yeah, and let it be known that if they accept you to buy that property, you can't just walk away and say, no, I changed my mind. Once you got a ratified contract, you are binding to that contract. It's a legal document, legal agreement. Once that contract has been ratified, you got to move forward with that contract. You can't just jump out and walk away. Because if you decide to back out, 9 out of 10 times, that listing agent is coming, the seller will inform the listing agent to come after you for your EMD. You will not go buy free for that EMD. They will make sure they get that EMD from you. Yeah, for wasting their time, for taking the house out of the market. They will come after that. They will come after it. They will come after it. I'm telling you now. They will come after it. So, if you sure you want to buy, then make up your mind, move forward with the process, give your EMD, and all that good stuff. But if you don't want to buy, if you're sure you're not strong enough, consult with your lender, go meet with your realtor, or qualified realtor will let you know exactly where you stand, will let you know exactly what you need to do, and based on that, you can decide whether you want to move forward or not. So, consult your lender, consult your realtor, and definitely, after all the consultations, you should be in a position where you can make an informed decision. So I am prepared, I'm ready to move forward, or no, I need to wait a little bit. I need to do a little more work. I got some other things to take care of before I move forward. So make sure. Because that you're getting into a legal agreement, as a legal document. The ratified contract is a legal document. You just cannot walk away with. No, you cannot walk away from. You cannot walk away from it. You will be held responsible to make sure you move forward. So make sure you got your closing costs, everything down, correct? So that at least when we reach to that stage, because normally 1 or 2 days to the settlement date, the closing date, normally either you bring it to the closing date, the settlement date, or you normally most people nowadays they just send it to the title company 1 or 2 days before, so they can have everything ahead ready and speed up the process for closing. That most of them do. So You got to make sure you have that money available to send or to bring to closing. Yeah. And again, some people can say, oh no, I know the process, I'll do it myself. I will encourage you. It's always good to get a realtor. Always good to get a knowledgeable realtor to work along with you. Now, you can just go on the internet, just pick a realtor. Most time, you ask, you got family and friends who have already bought a home. Ask them, apparently you have been to the house, you see they have a nice home. Who was a realtor when you bought this home? You know? Who the realtor that found this beautiful home for you? Get it to referral. At least you know that that realtor has found a very good home for your family member. He will do the same for you. So you can get it to referral. That's the easiest way to get a realtor. And the good news is, as a buyer, you don't have to take money from your pocket to pay a realtor. You don't. You don't take money from your pocket to pay a realtor. You don't. So the realtor representing you, yes, but he's being paid by the listing agent. He will defend you and represent you to the end. But your buyer don't have to take money from the pocket to pay him. Nope. Yeah, so that's how the process works. So get a good realtor. Don't be scared. So I can't afford to pay. You don't have to pay the realtor. Just make sure, get a good realtor, let him educate you and show you what we need to do. Or everything, you don't believe me? When you get a realtor, ask the realtor, how much do I have to pay you? He will tell you. 0 cents. He'll let you know. You don't have to pay. You have to, your buyer have to take money out of the pocket to make any payment. Definitely. So you are good so far. If you have any question, just put a comment in the box below, and I will definitely get back to you at my earliest convenience. Feel free anytime to contact me. You can call me. My cell phone number is 302-310-0621. Again, my cell phone number is 302-310-0621. And my direct business number is 667-290-5051. So call any one of the numbers, and I'll be glad to talk with you, to work with you, to make sure that you can find a place that you can call home for you and your family. Now, the next tip I'd like to leave with you is that when you have submitted the offer, you need to make sure, because sometimes when you go to the house, it looks so beautiful, everything looks so fine, but there are some things that are hidden that you cannot see. Like in the attic, you cannot see in the attic. There are certain places in the basement, or maybe somebody you get to know, or go on the water heater, or with dishwasher, or with the washer and dryer, or with the cooling system, the heating system. You don't know that, but all everything looking good. So it's always good to get a home inspector that will do the complete inspection with you to check whether the foundation of the house is solid and firm. You know, where it's not cracked or anything wrong with the property. The inspector will go through the entire property, check the foundation for you to make sure it's strong and solid. Check all those things, everything to make sure it's functioning. Because those things have lifespan. You've been in a house for 10, 15 years. Most roof, by 10, 15 years, expiring now. They got to be replaced. So the home inspector let you know, look, this roof is always almost expiring. They need to either repair or replace it. They'll let you know. The water heater is life, the lifespan, it needs to be replaced. They'll let you know. You see, because all these things have a lifespan. All these things have a lifespan. And now if you don't know, and sometimes, honestly, the sellers they're not aware. Because those things been serving them well. They've been living in the house, they never leaked before. They've been using the water. They've been getting hot water. They know that the heater will expire. They don't know. Some of them don't know. Honestly, some of them don't know. Some know and try to conceal it, which is wrong. But some of them honestly do not know. But your home inspector will let you know exactly what the situation is and whether then you can make an informed decision whether you want to move forward with because the home inspection is a contingency. You can use that to walk away from the contract. Yes, because I'm buying this property contingent on the home inspection. That means if there are a lot of defaults with the property, you don't have to move for apparently if the homeowner, if the owner do not want to make the repairs, you don't have to buy the property. You can walk away. Just let your buyer send a dinner to them. Let them know that based on the home inspection and your refusal to repair, I am walking away. And you go scot-free and you will get your EMD back. You will get your any money back. That one, they can't touch it because it's part of the document. They can't touch that. So that one of the ways you can get a contract, but you can just walk away to that. You can use a home inspection. Another way to get a contract is through the appraisal. So that way, when you do buy a property, you can make sure you do a home inspection, make sure you do an appraisal. The appraisal will be sent by the bank, whatever company or where you're getting your loan from. They will send an appraisal to see that the amount you buy in that house, whether it is the actual market value, whether it's worth it. So the appraiser will be sent by the bank to go and check to make sure that price is correct. And if the appraiser go to check to do his appraisal, and if he says that this property is above its value is above the asking price, the sales price, then you're in business. Now, good news for you as a buyer. That means you buying a house with equity in it. You buying a house already with some equity. If you got some money in it already. That's what it means. So that's good news for you. You're excited. Or they will say you buying this property at the correct price. Yeah. But if they say that this property is above the actual price, then the seller have to reconsider his asking price. He has to either reduce that sales price to what the appraiser says. Because let's say you put it on the market for $370, and the appraiser comes say the house is worth $350. He either got to bring up price down to $350, or you have the option to walk away. You can walk away. Definitely you can walk away. It says that. So you can negotiate it too and see how we can go from there. If you really like the property, you can come to some understanding and see how we move forward. But you got to get back on the drawing board. Definitely. He got to get back on the drawing board. But if it's higher or equal to the price, then it's okay. Okay, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You ain't got nothing to any argument. Keep moving on the price. Sail on. That's a good thing. So these are some of the key things that I want to leave with you guys today. And I will encourage you to stick with your budget. Because you don't want to buy a property and then after 1 or 2 months, you can afford to make the mortgage payment. Then you end up losing your house. The bank will come to claim that house back from you. So I always encourage my clients, especially if they're husband and wife. If they're husband and wife, I tell you, look, you don't ever combine your two salaries to be able to pay the mortgage. Don't do that. It's not advisable. Let one person be able to take care of the mortgage. One person's salary now be able to take care of the mortgage, and then you can use other person's salary to be able to do your savings and do other payment, what have you. So just in case one of y'all lose your job, you can still be able to afford the property. You see? And even if you're not married, you're single, and you got a good job, I always advise you, make sure that, because normally we take paid twice a month, make sure that your first payment can be able to cover that mortgage payment. Don't get to the place where you got to put your 2 payments together for that month, and then you struggle to yourself, add more to it, because some people do that. Try to add more to it, you're going to make your bank, definitely you're in serious trouble. Especially when you're single, how you to pay all your other bills? You are in serious trouble. So always make sure you have a budget that you sure that you can be able to work with, that you can be able to pay without any problem, any difficulties. Then you sure you'll be able to keep that house and maintain the house. Because it's very good. Because when you buy that house, you got to upkeep the house. You got to pay your bills. You see? So it's very important. Make sure you take that into consideration. When you buy a house, make sure. And for record's sake, I'm going to leave you with this. The last tip. Make sure you open a file for your closing documents. Most time, if you go to the closing table, they will have the whole package to give you. You can bring it and open a file in your get a filing cabinet wherever you put it, and put that record in there, so you can have it, you can refer to it anytime. If it's sent to you by email, I mean, because of the situation, some people don't meet, they just do it through email the document they sign, the buyer sign, the seller sign. Still print that document out and create a folder and keep it hard copy. You can keep the soft copy or the ratified contract or the final package, and then you also keep a hard copy. You're all good. So these are just the pointers I started just throw out today again. For all of you who thinking about buying or selling a property, make sure, do your homework. Don't see because your friend buying a house today, you want to go buy a house too. No, you don't know how long that person been planning to buy the house. You don't know how much that person got saved to make the paper to pay for the closing cost of down payment. You don't know. You got to make sure you do your own homework. Make sure that you have planned well. You have made informed decisions. You have consulted your lender. You have consulted your realtor. You get all the information that you need, and you are fully knowledgeable of the process. Then you can move forward. It is my only 2 cents to you. That's my only piece of advice. But again, the decision is yours to make. You got to make your own decision. But as a realtor, from me to you, take your time. You are in no rush. Even though, home ownership is a very, very good thing to do, I will encourage you to get into it. But make sure you are prepared and plan. You plan well, and you are well prepared to get into it. And again, if you're looking for a realtor, or if you know somebody who planning on buying and need a realtor, I'm available. Again, my number is 302-310-0621. That's my cell phone number. Again, 302-310-0621. And my business direct number is 667-290-5051. So feel free to call me anytime. Text me on my cell phone number. Call me. If you don't get me, I can guarantee you I will get back to you. Just leave me a message with your name and information that, I'm planning to buy a house. I need to talk to you. And I can assure you, I will definitely get back to you in a timely manner. So, again, I thank you for taking time in your business schedule to listen to our program. This program is aired every Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. So feel free to join me every Tuesday evening. I appreciate it very, very highly, because I know everybody busy, got their own schedule. But I thank you very much for coming to listen to my program. And invite others next time, especially those who want to buy or want to sell. Invite them. Let them come and listen also and see how best they can get some good pointers to make a well-informed decision when they make up their mind to buy or to sell a property. So enjoy the rest of your evening and have a wonderful rest of the week. May you again feel free to get to me. If you want to make a comment, please comment below. I will get back to you. Please share this program with anybody you know. I will appreciate it very highly, and I definitely look forward to hearing from you. Call me anytime. This is your realtor and investor, Lester Witherspoon, saying bye for now, and I'll see you on next Tuesday again. If you are watching the replay, thank you for taking time watching the replay also. Keep watching and keep inviting others. I'll talk to you later. Have a good time.